welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those that are just visiting or are new to my channel, my name is Hannah. I'm a homeschool mama of two precious little girls, Leah, 7 years old, and Zariah, who's 3. We're hoping to just bring light into a day of the life of a stay-at-home mom, as well as a homeschool mom, and in hopes that we can show other mamas tips and tools to use as you go through this homeschool journey with your little ones. I'm having my children come and feed the animals with me every morning so that they're able to learn and take some responsibility in taking care of other living creatures. This week in homeschool, we've been learning about trees, and so one of the optional activities that we did was to find a tree, to take a crayon and a piece of paper, and to scribble over it so the bark shows up on the white piece of paper. And so the girls found it pretty fun. It was kind of hard because of the wind, but it was a fun little activity that we got to explore bark. In history this week, Leah's been learning about the Egyptians, and so for one of the activities this week, we made an Egyptian bracelet that wraps around your arm. We used a toilet roll with gold duct tape, and we wrapped it around, and then Leah got to decorate it with different colorful paper. Leah actually wore it around the house for a few days and really seemed to enjoy the activity and thought the Egyptians had very beautiful jewelry.
Rose is on her bike. She sees her friend Jack.
Remember?
Jake.
Yep, there you go. Good job. Zariah this week is still learning the alphabet. This week her letter focus was the letter B, and it seemed to go okay. It seems like we're needing to take breaks like every 10 minutes, just because she gets pretty distracted easily, but overall had a better week. Leah's learning how to read clocks this week. She knows how to read digital clocks, but doesn't know how to read non-digital, and it's been actually quite a challenge for us. One thing with my channel is I like to show a lot of the positive and happy moments of what's working for us in homeschool, but I also like to show the things that maybe aren't working so well. And, sometimes showing the tears, showing the challenges, showing, the frustrations from mommy and child, I think show us being real to you guys. And so we have our moments, and we've had quite a few moments that have been quite hard since homeschool has started. The clock for us was one of our first moments that really was hard, because Leah was getting impatient with me as I was getting a little impatient with her, and she just started breaking down and getting pretty emotional. And then we kind of just had to separate for a little bit, redeem ourselves, and then go back to the drawing table and do it again. And so there are challenges, but all these challenges that we've had so far have really helped me and Leah's relationship grow into something beautiful. And so the more challenges we face, the more we're learning from each other and what we can be doing differently to improve every time. I am making a crock pot chili, and I start by browning the beef. I then add diced tomatoes, corn, tomato sauce, jelly beans, black beans. Sometimes I also add kidney beans as well. And then I put everything in the crock pot. Once the meat's brown, I add the meat in to the pot. And then I add salt and pepper for seasoning. And then I also add a little garlic salt as well. And then I add some brown sugar to give it a little bit of a sweetness to the chili, and it ends up tasting so good. And then I leave it to cook for about 4 to 5 hours on low, and then come back to it, when we're ready to eat it. And we add cheese on top as well as Fritos with it. I like to get the scoop Fritos. That's Soraya, if you can hear her. But I like to add the scoop Fritos because I'm able to scoop up the chili and eat the Fritos with it. And so it's just a really good combination. Highly recommend it. I'll leave the recipe in the comments if anyone's interested. In honor of Dr. Seuss Week, we did some watercoloring painting, and then we made some hot air balloons and put them on it to make it look like the hot air balloons were flying in the sky. And then we added a Dr. Seuss quote onto it. And so the girls love crafts. They love to paint, especially. And so this was a big hit. Thanks for joining us today. Go and hit subscribe to my channel so you know when future videos will be posted. And we'll see you soon.